Hello everyone. I know I'm a little bit late. Could not be helped today. It really could not be helped. I have got a nice healthy dose of labyrinthitis going on, which for those of you who have had it, join me in my misery. For those of you who haven't, it just makes your central bit like this go all over the shop. So everything is moving for me at the minute. Everything is quite dizzy. I will carry on as long as I possibly can, and we will see what we see and who we see. So remember to tell your friends, tell your family, comment. If you do not comment, I do not know that you're there. If I don't know you're there, I can't possibly be looking to see if there is anybody to talk to you. Oh, sorry, got bits in my eyes. Might even be my eyeballs. Who knows these days? Who knows? So come on, put some comments up there, people, and we can get chatting and see who is around to support you in your journey. Hello, Donna. Hello, Sean. Actually, to be fair, Sean, I did get a little bit of a tingle from you there, and also from Donna. So let's have a look, Sean. If we can find your name on the list again. Sean, if you want to say hey again, there we go, darling. That's it. I've got you up now. What I do when I'm looking for people whose spirits are around is I look for a sparkle or a glow or something around their name as they pop up, or around their icon, or around whatever it happens to be that they've written to me. Hello, my sweet. I am absolutely certain in a week or two I will have something new and equally intriguing to be whinging and moaning about. But as it stands right now, my day-to-day world is a waltz ride. And waltz rides are fun, so it can't be that bad, can it? Now, Sean, if you're new, my sweet, you will not know that what I do is a 3-card reading for those that get drawn for me, or to me. That will be your present, your future, and what do you need to change to get there. And then I try and make it make sense for you. So your present is one step at a time. Your future is forgive. And to change, you have a relationship card. That is brothers and sisters. So let's make this make sense for you, my sweet. Also, I do try and write names down so that if the glow stays put, I don't come back to you a second time, just to kind of be fair. We've only got a few minutes after all for everybody. So one step at a time is your present. That means that you are either in or, yeah, I think you're in a situation where it'd be very easy to feel overwhelmed. It would be very easy to feel a little bit lost, and you're being reminded for that you need to take things one step at a time. Everything is fine, everything is going the way it should be going, but you need to take things one step at a time to get there. You cannot just bulldoze through and sort of all bluster or fluster and make people see things your way. You have to put in the effort and put in the little bit of I don't know, more subtle energy than bulldozing gets through. That's where you're at. If you're not feeling that right now, it will be coming to you in the next couple of weeks or so. Now, as we say, your change card is a relationship card, brothers and sisters. That is talking about the spiritual energy that you need to give yourself. So if you think about the Disney World, the Hallmark dynamic of how do brothers and sisters and best friends and everything else actually treat us in that idealized way, you would see most of the time brothers and sisters are there to protect us. They're there to look after us. Yes, they might bully us, but they're not going to let the neighborhood bully beat us up. It's, that's my little sister. I'm the one that gets to do that, not you. So that is telling you that what you need to do There's a little bit more to it as well. It's telling you that you need to be kind of realistic. You need to be protective, loving and nurturing in the way that a big brother probably would to you. But there's another aspect to that brother and sister dynamic. If I said to my big brother, do those jeans make my bum look big? My big brother would go, no, your big bum makes your bum look big. And therefore would give me a dose of realism, because I'm a hefty lady. I do have a larger round rear end. So he'd be right. It is my rear end making the jeans make my bum look big, not just the jeans themselves. Waffling away there for a second. Yeah. Your person's taking a little step back, so I don't think they want to catch the waltzitis, the labyrinthitis that I think I have. But they are reminding you, it's a gentleman that's reminding you, quite a well-dressed gentleman, quite poised, quite sat up nicely. He is saying to you, do things one step at a time. Be realistic in what you can achieve. Don't give yourself a hard time trying to jump 7 steps ahead of where you're at. That's where the brother and sister thing comes in. You just need to, as you would put it, you're a straight talking person, you say there. Be real to yourself, be kind to yourself, but also be real, and remind yourself that you don't just click your fingers and get the world laid at your feet. You put the work in, you put the energy in, you do your homework, basically. That is the steps to take, being kind to yourself, but also reminding yourself you need to take part in things with a kind aspect, with a protective aspect. Don't just criticize and denigrate yourself because you're not achieving everything in one instant. Now that brings you to your future, this forgive card, which may sound a little bit kind of, who am I supposed to forgive? To most real talking logical people paying attention to us here. Thing is, the person that you're supposed to forgive right now is yourself, my love. You are holding yourself to account on these things that you think you're missing out because you should be doing better, you should be doing more. If you can give yourself a break, if you can be a little bit kinder to yourself and tell yourself quite easily and smoothly that actually you're doing the best you can, you're hitting the targets that you're able to hit. Just because you are reaching for the stars doesn't mean to say that the stars are always going to be accessible. You will hit the moon. I'm a Virgo. Don't try and talk to me about perfectionist, my lovely one. My critical voice would have yours beat in a fight in 30 seconds. 3 seconds. Right, so let's go back over it. You're one step at a time. You need to be pacing yourself, not rushing, not bulldozing through things, which would be right for your Taurus, wouldn't it? Bulldozing through to get to the other end. Be realistic, but be protective about your energy and make sure that you're being kind to yourself. That's your change card. You need to be kind. You need to be realistic. You need to be honest. And then go into your future reminding yourself that you cannot achieve everything simply by clicking your fingers, and not everything is your fault. You are not designed to reach out and grab everything at the end of a rope. It will come, but you need to, again, be kind to yourself to get there. The more you bulldoze and bash yourself around with those big great pointy horns of yours, the more you're going to end up missing the target because you're too busy trying to catch your own backside instead of looking at where you're going. Forgive yourself. It is not all your fault. It is not always a criticism of you that is needed, but maybe a realistic analysis of the situation and that measured pace. Okay, that is what we're getting for you for right now. But as I say, your well-dressed gentleman is standing back. I think the labyrinthitis might be playing things a little bit slow for us today. Okay, let's move along, Sean. I hope you take that on board and just be nice to yourself for a little bit, my man. Let's see who else is giving us hellos and telling your friends, telling your family, making comments. Donna, what a proper little pooch you have there. That is a lovely little dog in your icon. Let's say hello to you and your pooch, Donna. Let's say hi. So I am shuffling for you here, Donna. I'm going to write your name down on my little sheet because I don't want to annoy you twice, do I, my love? I know many people will comment, can I get in touch with a lost specific loved one, or can I try and get them information about somebody at a distance? There's a lot of free will involved in the spirit world in the same way as there is in our own day-to-day living and day-to-day life. And therefore, my call out to spirits is a little bit like making a phone call to you. When you pick up your phone, if it says number withheld, you don't always know who's there. You don't know whose hand is reaching back to pick up that phone that you're dialing. And so somebody comes to me, I don't always know whether it's the person that you want or whether it's just another relative of yours who's eager to offer their guidance for your journey. So although I do put out requests via my people for anybody who's trying to talk to you, I do not guarantee that I will speak to the person you're wanting to speak to, merely the person who thinks that they've got something to say. So let's see what somebody's got to say to you, Donna. Finish what you have started. Imagine that is your future, my sweet, and practice to get there. Oh, now that is a nice little sequence of events we have here. Let me just take a sip of drink. Excuse me being uncouth. Time ran away with me today, so I didn't get myself a glass. Finish what you started. Okay, I've got an image of you basically doing a little bit of a spring clean of your mind and your surfaces. It's a strong woman who is, forgive me, I think a cat hair with me. I should never have gone for a fluffy cat. Cat hairs get everywhere, you would not believe. Right, I'm getting an image from a lady, I believe it is, telling me that you are basically clearing the decks. You need a clear mind and you need to clear some of your surfaces. And that is where the finish what you started card is coming in. The finish what you started card is telling you that you have got things that should not just be abandoned. They need to be tightly wrapped up, if you like. The final ribbon put to them, the final touches put to them. And that is for many-fold reasons. That is because you've got something big and exciting coming your way, but it is also because those things do clog up your mind. They do clog up your head. You always have this little tiny voice in the back of your mind going, I've got to finish this and I need to finish that and I need to get on. Great, it's making sense. And anybody else who is listening or watching or however else you are taking on board this session, please do give feedback like Donna does. It makes a difference. It means that we're following the right chain of thread. It's often a bit of a maze in our minds, and so we do like that little bit of, yeah, you've got the right thread going here. So yeah, you need to get those threads tidied up, and then you need to work at something. That is your change card. That is your practice. Again, I'm getting an image from you of you looking at something. You pick something up, you look at it, and you go, ugh, and then bleh. So I'm suspecting that you're very harsh and critical of yourself, and that you are harsh and critical of the things that you put together and create. Be that reports or exams or crafting projects or meals even. If you've had a hand in it, then you're always looking at how it should have been done in your imagination properly, or better. And if somebody turns around and says to you, that's a beautiful thing that you've done, your reaction is always first, well, no, I could have done this and I should have done that. And the instructions say I should blah, 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 but I didn't. So you are being told that when you feel you're not doing well enough, practice a little bit more, do it a little bit better, put the time into it that you think should be going into it. The things that you want to achieve are achievable, but you do need to take the time, not dismiss it. There's no point in trying something new and then throwing it out the window the first attempt and saying, well, that didn't work out right, did it? It's exactly the same thing you would tell a young child, a child under 10 trying something for the first time. They throw it down and go, oh, I'm never going to be any good at this. You tell them to keep at it, because imagine what they could be if they took it all the way. Imagine the things that could come their way if they do stick with it and put their energy to it. And that is what you are being told. You are being told very clearly, clear your decks, something is coming. Practice what you have been doing. Practice what you feel that you should improve on, because you can take that somewhere beautiful. You are only limited by yourself and your imagination. Okay, Donna? I'm not getting a clear picture of whether it's work or play, but I am getting a clear picture that you will enjoy it when you get better at it. So whatever it is that you are interested in, if you just keep at it and put that time in that you believe it deserves, you'll be surprised by the positive reactions you get. You'll be surprised by how good you feel about it at the end. All right, my lovely? I'm glad some of that seems to resonate with you. Let's see who else is there. That picture is beautiful. Hi, Melissa. Hi, Rebecca. Hi, Sharon. Queasy Jones and Naomi Brown. Queasy Jones first, and then Naomi. You two were almost at the same vibration level, same sparkle level for me. So we're going with you first, Queasy. I hope your day is going well, my sweet. Trying to see what that is on that beautiful t-shirt or top that you're wearing. It's very similar to the colour to the scrubs that my husband used to wear at hospital, which isn't always that flattering thought when you're wearing a prize t-shirt, but it's a colour I always liked. I am drawing your cards. I think I might have seen your name before, Queasy, but I cannot recall if I got drawn to you before. So let's see what we've got for you today, my love. And don't forget to get that feedback coming. So your present is practice. Your future is family culture. And your change card is creative. And we need to have a look at that card. Okay, let's see if I can get that one really close to the camera. I'll come back to why we need to do that for that card in a minute. Right, so your practice right now, Queasy, is life is a slog, life is a rut, which is pretty easy to say for most of us. For yourself, it's feeling a little bit kind of endless. But you've got the practice card. Now, the practice card tells us by implication that we keep working at something to get good at it. If we put the practice in, we'll get better. If we put the practice thing in, whatever it is, will get easier. If it's lifting weights, it will become easier as our muscles and body get attuned to it. If it's doing a gymnastic tumble, then it will get easier to do the curls tightly enough and get the speed high enough to get the turns in right. You put the practice in to get the good out. So in the minute, in this minute of your life, in these weeks, that practice is telling you to keep at it, keep putting the energy in. It is going somewhere. It is taking you in the right direction. Doesn't feel like it. Feels like you're getting a really crappy ride on a slow train to nowhere, but that is not the truth at all, since you have that creative card that I put up to the camera close there. I'll raise it again for you. I raise it specifically for the image of the unicorns there on that page. There is nothing blocking their way. There is nothing preventing them getting where they're going. And that is the important aspect for you, my lovely. That is telling me that you put that effort in, you put that time in, and you will get the free access, not blocking what you want to achieve. So the practice, the time, the effort that you put into things now is clearing your way for a really bright and unblocked future. It is telling you that your future will be clear and your future will go in the direction you choose to take it. You are not being stopped by anything. You have to get there, which means that you have to go through the steps, you have to go through the processes, but you have to just keep at it. The best way to be good at something is to practice and practice and practice again until it happens, until you get it right. That takes you into your future of family culture. Now, this card can have many inferences. The strongest one is that it obviously represents the family, and it also represents different cultures. We get caught up in what is culture, what is it that we're finding cultural around us, and we look at things like art and music and all kinds of exciting events and big displays like art galleries and theatre shows and so on, and those things being cultural. Our day-to-day life is our culture. There is a reason that anthropologists love going through effectively ancient rubbish bins, because they get a lot of the fine details of our day-to-day lives, our day-to-day cultures from the past through such places. I am not in any way suggesting that your life represents a rubbish bin, by the way. That is merely where anthropologists find their information, because everything can end up in the rubbish bin at some point in time, from the very best to the very worst in our lives. So let's take a fresh look. You put the practice in, you keep working at things, you will find that your future is unblocked by creative thinking, by creative planning and imagining. And then you have your family culture. Now, you can find yourself a little bit blocked by people just tripping you up with minor things within your family that you find irritating, like leaving dirty dishes on the table instead of taking them to the kitchen sink, even not doing the dishes and just leaving them sat there. So that's telling you that in the future you can have the family culture that you want. You have to remember what it is you actually do want, though, and you have to make sure that the rules and boundaries you put in place there are achievable and don't trip you up. You don't ask people to keep their room perfect 100% of the time, because nobody can live like that. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? Essentially, you're being told you can achieve anything that you like, but you need to put the work in, and then you need to be clear about what it is you want from your family life once you get there. But you can go anywhere you want. That creative card has no obstruction in front of it. You ask the right questions, you'll go in the direction you choose, and you'll take it as far as you choose, because there is nothing to hinder you apart from you. I'm getting pulled back to that family culture card, and that's what I'm being told. Okay. Nice. Congratulations. Well done. Lovely. Secret Eminem fan here. Do love his lyrics and how he's not afraid to say it. I also love how fast he is, although I can never keep up with some of his raps. And damn, am I showing my age there with Eminem. But it was good fun singing out some of his lyrics, including all of the language, when my kids were teenagers in the middle of town with the windows down. The family culture thing I'm getting drawn back to for you there, Queasy, is it's almost as though family can be behind you and family can be slightly blocking you by that, not on purpose, not trying to upset you, but sometimes the day-to-day running can just become a little bit overwhelming, always having to pick up the shoes that are in the way, always having to hang the coat up and that kind of thing. Don't let that become burdensome. Have a say before it becomes a problem. Have that discussion before it becomes an argument is my usual direction. So when you hit the top, when you hit a certain level and you are getting there, don't get held back by niggling things at home. Make sure that you set the expectations and groundings for yourself as well as them of what is needed from all of you. Okay, my sweet? I wish you absolute best luck. And this set of cards doesn't just cover you for the next few weeks, couple of months, but take it as a base structure for the next 6 months, maybe a bit longer. You can get there. Nothing is in your way. And don't let people trip you up by silly things that don't really need to be a problem. All right, my love. Fingers crossed for you. Indeed. Naomi Brown, I hope you're still there. Maybe we can set up a listening party for everyone. Hello, Naomi. Can't actually see your icon clearly because of its size. Looks like there's a lot of detail in there. My head is a bit fuddled with this labyrinthitis today, so I'm not sure we're going to have a lot of people through, but I'm hoping that what I'm getting resonates. Okay, so let us see who has a message for you. There is your present card. I'm trying to lift my cards up so you can see what I'm doing. For those of you who've never seen it before, all I do is shuffle, and then as you can see, this card has not gone back into the pack. That is the card that your spirit has prompted to come out for you. Definitely wanted that last one, didn't they? So you also need to be putting in the work right now. And you also need to be aware of your own gifts in the future. And you need to love you. That is your change. Okay, so your card is a much straighter line. Your set of 3 cards are a much straighter line for you here, Naomi. Practice. You need to put the steps in. You are doubting yourself. You are questioning yourself. You have a woman, and she is showing me an old cartoon image. Tom and Jerry and Tomcat used to have a good cat and an angel cat and a devil cat on his shoulders in some of the cartoons that would be encouraging him to do the right thing or just do whatever he wanted and get whatever he wanted to try and catch the mouse. And your person is showing me that image of you. I don't see your face clearly. I see you with the angel and the devil on your shoulders, and the angel keeps on telling you to put the steps in, put the work in. And the devil keeps on saying to you, no, there's no point, don't do it. Let's knock off and have some fun instead. There's no point. No, I don't want to. Much like the 14, 15-year-old when told to do their homework. Now, the thing is, the reason that you are telling yourself you don't want to, and you are sitting there and questioning whether you should even try and do this or do that or do the other, is because you doubt yourself, and you doubt yourself an awful lot. And I'm just seeing a curl of my hair there, being very annoying. So, you allow your inner demon voice, and I call it that specifically for myself and my own benefit, to start dictating how you are feeling about things. You keep on telling yourself, I'll never be good enough, there's no point trying, I'm just not going to get there, I'm terrible, I'm awful, I'm lousy at this. You just let all of the bad things that inner voice says. You can't go out tonight, you've got a big zit on your nose, can't do this today, you've got lousy hair, that dress is the wrong colour, that top is the wrong shape. You let all of those little voices take up space, which then knocks out the little angel voices telling you, keep at it, that was better. Keep at it, that's good. Keep at it, you are loved. And that is what your change card needs to be. Love. I'm going to bring that in again so you can see the image a bit more. Look at all those feathers that are there. Now, it's not showing too well with the reflection from the light above me here, but those feathers are uniquely drawn and so detailed. They are incredibly detailed on that picture, and it tells you that you need to love you. You need to give you a chance. You need to be your own cheerleader in this respect, and you need to tell that demon voice to shut the goodness up. Yeah, you need to grant yourself just a little bit of kindness and thought, because in your future you will realize you have a gift. You will realize you are gifted. Now, for this particular image, that unicorn is gifted with most amazing hair. The actual wording at the bottom of that card tells you, Naomi, you are very intelligent and talented. So you are being told by your person, don't listen to those little voices. They can't see the whole picture. Don't get convinced that you're not good enough when you are more than enough. But what you need to do is trust in yourself. You need to put the effort in, you need to put the hard work in, and you need to keep practicing. But especially practice giving yourself some love, because you have natural talent, you have natural gifts. Keep working at it and let those gifts shine. Okay, my sweet? Let's move on and see who else is out there asking for a message. I hope that bounces for you, Naomi, I really do. Hello, Charlene. I've seen your name a few times. Julie Ann Guthrie Smolson. Julie Ann Guthrie Smolson. Now that is a mouthful. Let's go back to Julie Ann, I think. Yeah, I'm getting a good hefty pull. Julianne, the image that came into my mind as your comment came up and your icon came up is the toothpaste ads on TV when I was little. They always had somebody standing there with a big smile on their face, bright white gleaming teeth, and that little bing, high-pitched tone of a bell and a big sparkle that came as they smiled, indicating that that particular brand of toothpaste would give you the most gleaming, sparkling, shiny smile that you could imagine. And I got that just coming off the corner of your glasses in your image. So if somebody thinks that your image is absolutely beautiful and sparkles and shines, and it just caught my eye. Bing, that's it. There's your third card. Let's see. We've got, let's write you down, my sweet, because that is a name worth noting. Imagine is your first card there. Simplicity. That is your future card. And we'll come back to that one a little bit closer when I bring it back up. And your change card is to believe in yourself. Now I'm going to bring that one closer to the camera again. You can see the adult or older unicorn, Pegasus, is helping the younger Pegasus to have the confidence to fly. So now, as I move these cards to and from the screen, you can see that they have a line at the top and they have a line at the bottom. And the line at the bottom for these extremely brief readings doesn't really have an awful lot to add and contribute. The line at the top is usually the kind of the headline for us. You have the Imagine card coming up for you. You also need to pay attention to the bottom line on these cards as well today. So right now, this Imagine card, the bottom of it says, what would you see, feel, think and hear if your wishes came true? So that is another way of telling you that literally the only thing that is in your way is your imagination. You are putting blocks in your way, or as my husband will say about his favourite soccer team, football team, depending on where you are in the world. We're in the UK. He will say that his favourite football team will often snatch defeat from the jaws of victory. So in your imagination, my love, you can talk yourself out of doing very well a whole lot quicker than you talk yourself into doing well. So when we look at imagine, we need to look and consider, what is it we're imagining? Are we imagining the very best coming your way, or do you keep tripping yourself up by imagining something's going to go wrong? It's really easy to keep looking for the other shoe to drop. Sometimes there is only one shoe. And that's kind of what you've got coming in these messages. These messages are reminding you there isn't always a second shoe to drop. That second one, believe in yourself, is telling you, see yourself doing well, and you will do well. So you're getting told, imagine what things would be like if your wishes came true. Don't get in your own way. That's your present. Believe in yourself, trust in what you can do, what you can achieve. That is your change card. And then your simplicity card. I'm going to hold this one up to the camera again for you to get a close look. Now we have got a stunning meadow. We've got birds. We've got a tiny little waterfall there. We've got a puppy dog and a bunny rabbit. You're being told that in the future you need to simplify things down a little bit. So, yeah, you can imagine that there's always something worse to come. You can imagine that you can never achieve things. You can talk yourself into that future if that is the future that you think you deserve. However, I've got a lot more faith in you than that. I believe that we all deserve the very best that we can achieve. And so I say, imagine, what if it went right? You might say, what's the worst that can happen? I say, what's the best? What happens if things go the way that you want? What happens if you do win enough on the lottery to achieve some of your dreams? I don't think anybody should win enough to achieve all of their dreams, because what do you do then? You have nothing left to work to. So imagine what's holding you back. Doesn't have to. Believe in yourself. Don't hold yourself back, because if you simplify things down, your future will be much simpler. It won't be blocked by all of the doubts and the questions and the queries and but what if this happens and what if that happens? You can what if yourself into complete stasis. You can question everything until you are completely still and do not know which way to turn, or you can trust in you. You can believe in you, and you can go for it and try. And what's the worst that happens? You've tried. What's the best that happens? You might just get what you're trying to get to. All right. So I don't know whether you prefer Julie or Julianne, but I prefer Winnie. I hope you do too. I know that was corny, wasn't it? Thank you for that feedback. I really do appreciate. Clara Marie. Oh, and Joe White. You're very bright as well. We'll go Clara Marie and then Joe White. Is it Clara? Yeah. Just going to write you down so that I don't get you guys mixed up. Clara Maria, and I think that was Joe, wasn't it? Joe White. So I write these things down. Never going to go anywhere. There's nothing else that can identify you with the greatest respect in the world unless you've got an incredibly individual name. There could be another 6 of us on the planet with the same name. So I have nothing by that that would identify anything. It is literally just for me to go later on, oh, I talked to 6 people today, or 8 people today, or whatever else. And also see who's regular. It's just nice to sometimes see that it's the same people coming back. They must have faith in what I do. And I've got your first card there, Clara Maria. Oh, blimey, itchy face right now. That's telling me that somebody is trying to get very close to you there, my darling. Somebody's trying very hard to come and tell you their message direct. So look out for weird coincidences and some synchronicities that seem a little bit obvious. They're not trying to be too subtle about it. It'll be music on the radio, in the car, on the TV that comes on that you love, reminds you of a specific thing or person. It will also be images. The same kind of image is going to come your way because this person is desperately trying to draw your attention to either them or a time and place that you are very happy with them. To somebody that you know, but they're too busy trying to get to you directly to give me enough clues to tell you who they are. So I can just tell you right now, pay attention. Somebody is doing something to attract your attention to them. And in the meantime, you have one of the most stunning cards as your first card. Look at that boy there. I say boy because with the best one in the world, you'd have to be an absolute model to have that hair all the time, wouldn't you? Or a man. So, light. See the light within yourself. That is where you are at the minute. In the future, more practice. That card's coming up a lot today, isn't it? And you will get there with curiosity, and we need to pay attention to that card. And I'm showing you that not only is there sparkle here, where the kitty cat's nose is, but there's also sparkle up here, and we'll get to why that's important in a second. So, light, my love. You're another person that's doubting and questioning whether you are on the right path, whether you are going in the right direction, or whether you should just give up and stop and settle for what's in front and what's ordinary and what's obvious. Well, I would imagine from the person who was wafting in my face, trying to give you a sign personally that they don't want you to settle for what is obvious. They're trying to direct you to something. So pay attention to that. That will give you a clue of what's coming if you don't already know. They're trying to draw your attention to right now your light. Don't dull it. Don't make it hard to see. Make it shine. Make it really obvious. These are your skills, and it is like you are hiding them and dimming them down. What is coming to mind is a beautiful young lady who was a star in a big production film with Whoopi Goldberg back in the 90s, I think it was, maybe noughties. In Sister Act 2, there was a very lovely young teenage lady who had an incredible voice and doubted it, and her mum doubted it and therefore wouldn't give her the permission to go singing on the choir. When she did get permission, she sang insanely well. Okay. As most people know on here, I have chronic conditions myself. I get it. I get it to the nth. Sometimes it's not about waiting for your health to get better. Sometimes it's learning to make the most of the better days. And even in the worst days, there are better minutes. And you make the best of them. You make them fun. You make memories. Now, that makes sense of your change card. So you've got your light there. Your light is dimming. You're not letting it out. You need to let your voice sing. And how do you do that? You have on this card focus, intense focus here, and more scattergun focus here. Now this card for me, it has like a flash to it, which will either flash directly over here, and if it was over here, honestly, it's the people who doubt themselves the most that are usually the best at what they do, because they're always striving to improve. And the people who think that they've made it and they are all that they can be are usually the ones that stagnate and don't move with the times and don't get any better. Again, let's stick with some of the analogies that have come up beforehand. There's Take the Hat. They were fantastic in the 90s, and then they disappeared for a while, and it took them reimagining things and coming back together with a new structure that actually made them go, yeah, we were at the top and we took it a little bit for granted, and so we lost it. But now, if we don't take it for granted, if we put the work in, we've got another shot. And there they are, back up pretty high with the followings and the numbers and so on. Let's get back to you though, my darling. You've been hiding your light. Your curiosity card, the bottom line on your card is to start a project related to something that you are curious about. I'm getting flashes on both of the sides, so that is telling me that you do need to do a bit of a scattergun approach with a focus. So if your focus is being able to sing again, then look, the scattergun I would suggest is, how is that achievable? What is it that it would need to be? Now, if you're like me, I can't stand that well, but I can sit. If I can get from one place to another, then I can sit. There are days when I cannot walk so well, so I have a wheelchair and I get wheeled to shows to do these card readings because I enjoy them and because I enjoy feeling spirit near me. For you, if it is singing, look at the ways in which it is achievable. If part of your act was dancing, can you have dancers with you? If part of your act was moving around the stage, can you do that from a stool by including the audience? I don't know. You are the superstar. You are the person who has the knowledge of your field. What is crucial for your future is the practice and to keep working at it, to put the time in to your thoughts. Everybody can achieve something. Everybody can achieve what they want to do if they can put the time and the effort in. You have to restructure your dreams. You have to restructure what it looks like. My life was built around helping people. I did a past life session that proved my life has always been about helping people for generations. A wheelchair is a fantastic tool. A lot of us get caught into the doom and gloom of, oh, I need a wheelchair now. But a wheelchair is a fantastic tool and can give you your freedom. You can dance in it. It's been done on TV. It's been done in dance groups. You can sing for damn sure from a seat. Don't let anything get in your way unless you choose it to. Put the time in and practice. And let your light out again, my lady. I want to see it shining from my house. Joe White, you will be our last one because I was a couple of minutes late in, so I will be a couple of minutes late out. So let's get Joe White. Oh, you're very, very kind to say, Joe. There's definitely somebody trying to get close to that good lady, though, so hopefully she's got the tenacity to stick with it. I wish everyone the very, very best, especially when life puts unexpected blocks in our way. You know, just because there is a bit of a humpback bridge in your route doesn't mean to say that you can't get over it, round it, or under it, one way or another. And for you, my sweet, you have that beautiful creative card as your present, which is lovely. I am going to go a little bit quicker for you, though. Your future is healer. Look at that young lady and that unicorn. Who's healing who? Is the fairy healing the unicorn, or is the unicorn healing the fairy? And then your change card is to wish upon a star. That is a phenomenal reading for you, my love. Now, creativity. It can be about doing crafts. It can be about making things. It can be about changing things. Most of all, it's about asking the right question in the right way related to what you are interested in. If we look back at your creative card, remember there is nothing in your way. The only thing blocking you right now is you. So ask the questions. What can I do? How can I do it? Why do I do it? What do I do after this? You ask those sequence of things when you don't understand something or when you want to take something in a new direction. So for you, either is applicable. You may want to go in a completely new direction with something you're familiar with, or you may want to take up something you do not know at all. That leaves you sitting there wondering, what do I do with it? How do I take it? Huh? Very nice. We've had a few singers today, haven't we? Well, your change card is to wish upon a star. Now, the bottom line on this card, as we've seen, that's relevant a few times tonight, and that is make a wish and expect the very best. So your change card is to actually see, visualize, and feel that future that you want. That when we wish upon a star, we put out a design and then we set about filling in that design. So I may wish that I am happily married with 3 children. I have given birth to 2 beautiful children, and I married my husband, who has his own 1 beautiful child. Therefore, I now have my beautiful 3 children. And then I flesh that in with them being happy and living well, and also having grandchildren. Sorry, the labyrinthitis kicked in then a little bit, made me go a little bit dizzy. Now, you've got your creative. You can go in any direction you want. You can take yourself any way you want, asking the right questions of what it is that you want, making your wish, fleshing it out. Now, you don't make a wish and sit back, though. A lot of us make that mistake when we're a child. We make a wish and then we wait for the grown-ups around us to make it happen. You make your wish, then you set about making that wish a fact. You set it out there. And that's what you've got for your future, your healing card. When you put your wish out there to be accessible, to be reachable, you give it that structure of this is what I want to achieve. You then need to look at the things that are not quite whole and not quite intact to take us to that place. And you heal it. Now, if singing is your dream and it's making the connections that's not quite there, well, then you look at how you make those connections. You start ringing around recording studios. You start ringing around management companies. You start pestering local pubs and clubs to join their open mic nights. You start putting yourself out there to heal that hole of not having connections. You know what I'm saying. So, yes, clear your way. Have your creativity open, wide open, asking the questions that will take you where you want to go. Wish upon that star and then flesh it out and heal the cracks that have stopped you from getting there so far. Not quite sure anybody I've talked to tonight is going to get up into the Freddie Mercury or Dionne Warwick or whoever else, Diana Ross stakes. But I think if you look to smooth your own path, look to heal your own doubts, anything is achievable for any of us. Put the work in, practice your steps. That's come up a lot for us this evening. And anybody who is still daft enough to be listening to me rattle on, have the very best attempt that you can to have the life that you want. You might think that you've been dealt a particular set of hands. That doesn't mean to say that you can't make a damn good winning hand from those cards. Stay safe, everyone. Thank you so much, Stace, for helping us talk to each other tonight. And I will see you again in 2 weeks. Take care, everyone. Bye.